Welcome once again. This is the Diana Wright Show, and this is the morning edition of the Diana Wright Show. We welcome you from around the world and in the United States, and we thank you so much for joining us. I was trying to be technically savvy and testing everything, so there you go. We're on, firing on all engines right now. But anyway, we appreciate your company, and we hope that we can inspire you and take you on a journey of great wealth and prosperity and good health. And oh my goodness, all the blessings that you opened your boxes and found this morning. I am so happy for you, because I opened my box and I thought, what if? Have you ever just wondered about what if? But before we get to what if, I just want to ask you, did you say, I love me this morning to yourself? Did you tell your children to love themselves before you dropped them off to school today? Did you praise them? Did you encourage someone today? And did you apologize to someone today and say, yes, I'm mad about this, but it's not about you. You're nice, you're wonderful, but this thing is an annoyance, don't you think? Yes, they agree. It's not your fault. You didn't make the product. You just sell it. So the guys who make it are the ones who need to be kicked in the teeth, but they're not here to get the kick in their teeth. So you have to sit down and take it. So what are you taking today that you really don't want to take? I wonder. As I welcome you from around the world and in the United States, and hope that you are spreading the word about the Diana Wright Show live, which takes your waves on your computer and your iPad and your smartphone and your tablet at 10:30 a.m. and 8 p.m. every day. So this evening, we're going to have our special guest, and she is Dr. Melanie. We're going to talk about some sexual things, some cancerous things, and all those things. And why is it that men always think they're in charge of women? Who died and left them in charge of us? Have you ever wondered that? And that I'm going to ask Dax when he joins me on Thursday at the 8 o'clock hour, when we are going to call it Independence, and men will have their chance to speak, because this show is for men only. Yes, women, you can call and rebut, but we want men to be calling and give their thoughts. Why are women so needy? Why are women so miserable? Why do you like white women over black women? Oh, because the black sisters have too many issues and too many problems, and they complain about too many things. So those are some of the conversations we're going to have on Thursday evening. But on Thursday morning, we're going to allow you to hear Dorothy Leeds, who wrote the book about questions. And I'm going to hold it up here on my other camera so you can see it. Questions. The 7 powers of questions. So just in case you think you're asking a stupid question, don't think that. You're not. Because questions are made to be asked. And this one is Power Speak. It aims to inspire you, stimulate you, and give you all you need when you speak. So, here we go. We have a packed week, and of course tomorrow is Wellness Wednesday with Dax in the morning hour, when we try to get you on the right street of wellness. Oh yes, we have a little rumble around the tummy that just won't go. My God, what do we do about it? We'll find out from Dax tomorrow. And even though you are slim and trim and everything looks great and you feel wonderful in your clothes, there's just that little baby thing that won't go away. No matter what you do, no matter how many exercises, sit-ups and jump ups and whatever you do, you still just can't get it away. So, do we give up, or we continue to persist and kick the enemy to the curb. Because you see, God promises you that you shall fight and eliminate the enemies on earth that you can handle, and he will handle the rest. He promises. And if he doesn't keep the promise, then I don't know. Should we believe the Bible? Should we continue to go to church? Should we continue to listen to the preacher and read our Bibles? And if God promises to give you miracles, and all you'll find every day is that you're stressed out and you're not getting the house you want, you don't have the money you need, you can't buy the food you want or the clothes you want to wear, because one stylist said yesterday that if you continue to buy cheap clothes, you will not look sophisticated. And if you are Mr. Virgin, as in Mr. Richard, you are wearing lipstick and dressed up in a flight attendant uniform because you lost a bet. Whoa. Things are happening. And have you ever thought, what if? What if I was the star I wanted to be when I was a little girl? What if I married the handsome prince who is also wealthy? What if, and what if, and what if you just are content and humbled in what you have, enjoy it, and continue to receive from God with patience? What if? What if I lived in another place, another country? How would my life be? I'm told if I live in France, I'll have a better quality of life, guaranteed. That's what I'm told. And I will probably live until I'm 122 years old. That's what I'm told. So what if? What if you quit today and give up on everything that you hoped for and you dreamed for? There should be no what ifs. The only what if should be in your life today is, what if I simply love myself and let the world come around me? What if I just continue and make myself happy with what I have? Live within my means and pay cash when I can. What if? What if I didn't feel so alone in my own house or lonely in my own house, and even though I am married to someone? What if? What if I was free to roam the world and travel and do and have the world as my home? Because people like to ask you, when are you coming home? What is my home? My home is the world, because I personally can move any place, anywhere, anytime, and survive. Find something to do. If you're in a foreign land, you might want to teach some English. Lots of people are doing that. Are you willing to trade what you have here for something there that you don't know about, but you're willing to explore, to widen your horizon and inspire your spirit and your mind? What are you willing to say what if about today? And as I come here this morning, I know a lot of you wish to have other people's lives. But what if there's something in that person's life, like what we know of today, about Angelina Jolie, who I personally like as an actress when she did some older movies now that I used to watch. She got into this, gladiator kind of thing, which I'm not so fond of. But as an actress, she's good. What if you wanted to be her yesterday? What if you wanted to be Angelina Jolie before April 27th of this year? Days before the I Love Me Day was celebrated on this show, the Diana Wright Show Live. What if you wanted to be Angelina Jolie? Would you want to be her today? When she gave us her story, she revealed that she had double mastectomy because she tested positive for the gene that predisposes her to breast cancer and ovarian cancer. Her mother died from ovarian cancer at only 56 years old. Jolie said her mother fought for almost 10 years, almost a decade. The gene is called BRCA1, and Angelina tells us that her doctors told us she had an 87% chance of getting breast cancer with that gene and 50% chance of getting ovarian cancer with that gene. But now that she's taken off both of her breasts to have a 5% chance of getting cancer, whether it's ovarian or breast, would you still want to be Angelina Jolie? Would you still only love yourself if you are Angelina Jolie? Do you think she knew about this just yesterday? No. I always wondered why Angelina Jolie, yes, we know she had some issues with her dad, who's also an actor. And when she got married and she and her husband decided to put their blood in a vial and wear it around her neck, his blood on her neck and her blood around his neck in a vial, in a chain. Do you still want to be Angelina Jolie? Or will you listen to me and love yourself for who you are and how God made you to be? Be content and be satisfied with what you have, because what you see in someone else's life is not necessarily what you get, unless they're choosing to tell you. Now, she had her surgery on April 27th. Just like lots of people would like to be Governor Christie because he's tough and he's, up front, and he's the governor of the great state of New Jersey, and he might just be the best Republican person to run for president. But every day he struggled with his weight. And in secret in February, he went and he had surgery to lose that weight. So as we wait for our special guest on a Tuesday morning, who is none other than Judith from People 490, we will continue to speak to you about what ifs. And what if you were President Barack Obama today? Even though lots of you envy Barack Obama for being president, lots of you envy or are jealous of Michelle Obama, who is the first lady. But how many of you would like to be in Obama's shoes today? There's the IRS scandal. The Benghazi thing just won't go to bed. Then there's Fast and Furious with the Justice Department. And then, whoops, the AP is now saying that the Justice Department is censoring them or scrutinizing their phone calls and requested all this stuff from them. Whoa, don't touch a journalist now, because you're living in America and the Constitution says. So what if you were President Barack Obama today? What would you do? How would you handle the Republicans who block you at every juncture that you go? Even though it's about the American people, stupid. What would you do if you were Barack Obama? Rand Paul, who seemed to be stepping into the White House realm from now for 2016. What if you were president today, Sir Rand Paul, Senator Rand Paul? And Senator John McCain, who seemed to have not been able to get rid of his sense of loss when he lost the election to Barack Obama. What if you were president today? And I forgot about Syria. Remember them? Everyone wants Obama to go to war to do what? Aren't we just warred out already? What if? Lots of us need to sit back, reflect, and say, what if today? Because it's really, 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 truly important for each and every one of us to love who we are. Because if I didn't love myself, I tell you what, I probably would be in the crazy house by now. But the love of self energizes you. It inspires you. It gives you courage. It gives you faith and opportunity and makes you ask for what you want. So I'm asking you today to ask God for what you want. And when you go out and you're trying to get something from people, ask for what you want. There can be only two answers, yes or no, because maybe is not an answer. And whatever you do, absolutely, unequivocally, don't give up. What if you were Angelina Jolie today? Would you be able and willing to lose your 2 breasts because you're trying to save your life? Even though the mighty one God can prevent you from getting any of those cancers, you don't have to go down the road of your parent or your grandparent, for that matter. What if? Lots of us wanted to be Oprah Winfrey's. Yeah? What if you were Oprah, who struggles with her weight all the time, it seems? Because like all of us, she loves food, but food is not her friend. And now that she's given up her show, the Oprah Winfrey Show, there is the OWN network that's struggling and struggling. So how much would you like to be Oprah right now? Seems like a wonderful, sweet lady. Love to meet her. I would so love to meet Oprah because she seems like she's truly, truly a kind person. But why is she struggling now with her network? What if? Well, Tyler Perry is supposed to be working to create some shows for her network, and we'll see how that goes down, because he's quite talented himself, and I am definitely going to meet him, because he is going to turn Deadly Negligence into a movie. It deserves to be a movie. That's my book I'm talking about. And when you read it, you will understand and agree with me why it should be a movie, because it will win souls for the kingdom of God, and it will encourage each and every one of you to believe in miracles and have faith and believe and love yourself. And absolutely a must to teach your children to love themselves. So those are some of the things that were kind of on my mind today. What questions do you need to ask? What do you need to ask for in your life that you're afraid to ask? Don't be afraid. Fear is not a good place to live. Living on Fair Lane, down the street of anxiety, is no good for you. So take it away. Come back and keep faith and believe and hope and trust alive, because it is well. Today it is well. Remember Joshua in the Bible? When he thought that his body could take him no more, he had lost all his energy. But yet, the mighty God wanted him to just do what he could, and he would take care of the rest, and he did. That was a sermon preached by, one of my favorite guys to watch preaching on television, T.D. Jakes, because he truly gets into it with his energy and his whole self. So he brings his house down in his church with his congregation as he tries to inspire them to never give up. So I'm trying to inspire you wherever you are on this planet, watching me on your iPhone, your smartphone, your computer, desktop computer, or your tablet, iPad and all. I hope and pray that I will encourage you and inspire you through this show every single day to be the best you that you can be. Stop wanting to be someone else. Not good. What if? Just ask your question. Ask yourself that question. And when you open your box every morning, I want you truly to thank God. Because even though you might not be where you want to be, you're alive and well. Just continue to say thank you, thank you, thank you for prosperity. Thank you for everything that you've given to me. And thank you for giving me hope. Because that's what you need. Remember the president's book, The Audacity of Hope. He had the audacity to think he could be president even though he was a black man with a white mother. And he did it. Yes, we can. Yes, you can. So, not the most pleasant stories today, I don't think. Some of them are not so nice. So, did you know that there is some parts of the world that people dine with their dead loved ones? Yes, that is true. It's not a make-up story. In Western countries, graveyards are places to be fearful of. Woo, I don't want to go to that graveyard. I don't want to live next to a graveyard. I don't want to buy a house next to a graveyard. Are you crazy? But not in the former Soviet Republic of Georgia. Along with other Eastern Orthodox countries, it is common for Georgians to honor their dead relatives by taking food and wine to the cemetery and having a feast beside the graves of their dead relatives. This is practiced all year, but Orthodox Easter is one of the busiest times for this tradition. So imagine now, your mom died, your dad died, your aunt, your favorite aunt died, your child died, oops, your husband died, your wife died. So the thing to do to celebrate them is to have a feast at their graveside. That's orthodox in some Eastern countries. Did you know that? Well, I hope I opened up your mind just a little bit this morning. It's a tradition. And at Easter, it's more so. Can you imagine going? People don't even want to buy a house close to a graveyard, no less. And if an apartment that they're going to rent is anywhere close, no. I don't want any unseen people walking into my house. So, what would you do if you live? What if you lived in the eastern part of the world? That this is their tradition. Would you follow it or would you not? I challenge you today to think about that. And did you also know that in Mumbai, now this one is really, really weird and scary. In Mumbai, in India, you know, entrepreneurship is big in Mumbai and big in India. Any part of India, everyone is a business owner and an entrepreneur. But did you know that you could get your ears cleaned while they're mending your shoes? Hello. Yes, you can. You can actually get your ears cleaned while someone is cleaning your shoes or mending your shoes at the same time. There's an entrepreneur who owns that business to clean your ears. Did you know that? Wow. In Mumbai, India. Now, here's another one that's really going to churn you. But shall I remind you about April 30th, 2014, which is I Love Me Day on the Diana Wright Show. We'll celebrate it here around the world. And we want you to bring yourself up to that point where you can wear my t-shirt on that day. So you need to go to my web store and fetch you one. That's brilliant. Yes, it's brilliant for you to do that. And it's also brilliant for you to pre-order my book, Deadly Negligence, too. Just send me a note when you go to my website. And if you miss a show, it's brilliant for you to go to the website at dianawrighttv.webs.com and go to the bottom of the page, click on the YouTube icon, and watch all the shows that you missed. Because you never know what you're missing or what will have been said that would have inspired you, encouraged you, motivated you to take the next step to your journey of your dream or your goals. Don't give it up. You're not too old. You're not too sick. Or your time never passed. Your time is now. Living in the now and in the supernatural where I choose to live every single day is where I want you to go. And when you're going through your tragedy and your suffering and your devastation, I want you to continue saying, thank you, God, and sing in the rain. So keep doing what you do as soon the rain is falling and you are getting drenched. But keep hope alive. Keep your faith strong. Have crazy, crazy faith and believe. Because can you believe this? Rat meat. It's being passed off in China as lamb. Now, for those of you who love lamb, make sure you know what you're eating if you go to China. Yes, rats. And listen to this. Hundreds of people were arrested after passing off rat meat as lamb in China. Restaurants in southern China serve rat dishes. They say the rats they use are caught in the countryside and not in the sewer. What difference does it make? Does it make a difference? Maybe you can enlighten me. I don't know. I don't want to eat rat. No time, no place, no ever. Oh, no rats here. No rats. What are the people in China thinking? Do you know that you're going to scare all Americans from going to buy Chinese food? Because they're now going to be thinking they're eating rat. Even though I've never seen lamb on the menu when I go to a Chinese restaurant. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to China for your vacation, be very cautious about what you eat. Especially if you're ordering lamb. And if you're going to Europe, make sure you know that you're not eating horse meat either, because that scandal is still brewing as we speak. It's brewing, it's simmering, about to blow again, because people feel deceived. You should not be deceived or mocked. Wow. So the people in China are eating more than ever before, but quality remains elusive. And guess what's getting into China? Obesity. Once unheard of in China is now becoming a big issue. Obesity in China. I wonder what they're eating. Maybe some fast food chains have gotten themselves into China and those people are so addicted to the fast food that they're blowing up in China. Instead of eating their own food. But not the rat part. So, rat meat passed off as lamb is the latest food scandal in China because they've been having a few lately. and has raised more questions about food safety in China. How confident are you now if you're traveling to China and you're watching me on your tablet in the airport and you're going, "Oh, Diana, thank you for telling me that. I won't be ordering lamb when I get there." Thank you. You're welcome. Welcome again from around the world and in the United States. Thank you so much for joining me. This is the Diana Wright Show. My name is Diana Wright today. I hope it will be tomorrow too. So, wow, not so pleasant stories so far. Because you see, as Republicans continue to stick it to the president, and as they continue to churn for Benghazi to derail Madame President Hillary Clinton from becoming Madame President, we watch them. And they will self-destruct, I promise you that. Because every time you're trying to do evil to someone else, God has a way of turning it back on you. Senator Rand Paul, are you out there? Are you listening? Are you watching me? You need to. Forget about MSNBC and CBS and CNN. You need to hear my voice. Because I promise you, they say, and it is in the Bible, when you're digging a ditch, make sure you're actually digging 2 ditches, because more than likely, the supernatural power of God will get you into the ditch first, before the other person that you're trying to get in there. How much hate are we promising to live with? How much jealousy and unforgiveness and envy are we promising to live with? Even your husband can be your enemy sometimes, you know. Envious of you, you know. Jealous of you, you know. Yes. Your significant other too. You might be doing that you're doing that now, so you think you're all that. Watch those words. They pierce your heart. And spouses who are doing that, I am here to rebuke you from doing that. Because why? When you say that one time, it sticks in the heart of your spouse and it doesn't get out. It's like I was watching Housewives of Orange County last night. And the plastic surgeon and his wife, they were having a little tiffy. And he mentioned the D word. And boy, that really got the emotions going. If you keep saying the D word, it's going to come, says Madame Vicky. That's what she says. But I wonder, when you go on these shows, you know, you might get a little kicked on the internet by lots of people. Oh my goodness. Have you been on the Housewives of Atlanta? And people are just wanting to kill that girl, Kenya. And they want to just throw Randy out. What's her name? Candy out, because she's not a housewife. Why are they calling the show Housewives and they're not housewives, never been married? How do they become a housewife? How do I become one? No housewives of Palm Beach County? Whoa. You see, what if? So yes, I guess they'll take the punches from the people because they get to start all their businesses and they become wealthy, because you see, Queen Bee Nene is the $1 million girl of the Housewives. Of the entire franchise, she's making the most money, in the tune of $1 million per season. And then you have the Housewives of New York. They're up in arms because they're not getting a raise and they are fit to be tied. So we might never see the Housewives of New York again. How so? Who knew? Eventually, like everything else, the Housewives franchise have a season. And when will the season end? No one knows. But people are watching. And did you know that the Atlanta franchise is the most successful one in the ratings? Who knew that black people are actually watching TV and can actually make something be number one? Yeah. I wonder if the networks are watching, because you know Bravo is owned by NBC. So, which is now what, Comcast? Whoa. Every day, you need to open up your mind and suck in some new information that will make you a little wiser, a little more alert. So as I remind you about what takes place on the show, this evening at the 8 o'clock hour of the Diana Wright Show, we have Dr. Melanie. We're going to talk about all this cancer thing and this BRCA1 gene. We're going to talk to Doc about that. We're going to talk to her about why is it that men always think they're in control of you? Did someone die and let them know that they're in charge of you? Well, yeah. I'm sure she's going to quote me the scripture that says, Proverbs. What are you, the virtuous woman? That doesn't mean you must take abuse from your husband. Absolutely not. For me, I ain't going to take it. So you shouldn't either. And if you have to go and live, as I always say, if you have to go and live in the shelter, go. Abuse is no good. Whether it's verbal, emotional, psychological, physical. Same thing. How many spouses are watching and hearing me say that? How many of you are married and you're lonely anyway? And you're wondering, what if I didn't marry this jerk? But I got to stay because I don't have a job that pays money. How many of us are thinking that today? How many of you are just sick and tired of being sick and tired with your spouse, male or female, or your significant other, because you're with him for 20 years, 10 years, 15 years, and he still won't put a ring on it because he's not listening to Beyonce? How many of us are in that boat, sailing to nowhere, and hoping with a song and a prayer that supernaturally God is going to take us to where we want to go? But first, you have to love yourself. You have to have faith, and you have to believe in yourself and in God that He will deliver. No matter how dim it seems and dark it seems, He will deliver. Don't give up, ladies and gentlemen. And especially young people, you have your whole life ahead of you. What they say, 50 is the new 30 or something like that. If you're 50 and you feel 30, hooray for you. Just pray that you have Sarah's blessings every day, and God will give it to you. Just thank Him for it once you ask. Don't keep asking for the same thing over and over. Just keep saying, thank you, God, for what you've given me today. I opened my box of blessings, and this is what I found. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God. Whichever word you want to use. It's okay. Haha. These are some of the things that their men have issues with. Careless driving. Absolutely. Men drive like they're crazy maniacs. Some women do too, but men, you need to drive properly. So these are just some of the things I'm going to list for you that men has problems with. Before I go down the list, I would like you to invite me to your church to speak. And if you do, you need to call the number 561-228-1921. That's 561-228-1921. And if you want to speak with me, please don't hang up. Just leave a message. Okay, I have a feeling I know who this is. As I say good morning, I know this must be Judith. From people,
good morning.
From People 490. She was under the weather last week, you see, and then she's joining us today. She's still not 100%, but see how loyal she is. She just had to come and give you some tips from People 490. Hey, Judith, how are you?
I am doing much better than last week, Diana. Thank you.
Okay, I'm so happy to hear that, and hope you had a great Mother's Day and the flu did not keep you downtrodden.
No, I fought it. I fought it tooth and nail.
Okay, all right. What good news do you have for us today? I know there was someone calling me to get your number because they were looking for a job last week. So I hope they connected with you. They were telling me I gave them the wrong number, but I know I didn't. so I hope they got
the number is 754
Uh-huh.
754-223
Mhm.
2410.
224
No, 754
223
2410.
2410. Okay. Well, I know I have the right number. I don't know what happened in the texting of the number. But anyway,
Okay.
so please, if you're trying to reach Judith and you're looking for a job, because I know how that is and you get impatient, even if you forget the number, just go. You easy to remember. People490.com. But the
Right, and everything is on the website if you go on there.
Exactly. But the number, I'll repeat it again and I'll go slow. 754-223-2410. That's 754-223-2410. And that number is for employees looking for jobs and employers looking to hire people. She can help you both ways. Okay, Judith, what do you have on the menu for us today?
Just to let everybody know the importance of communication and how well you do it.
All right now.
So we do have some conversationalists out there who really do not listen to other conversations.
Okay.
They talk, but they are not listeners. And it's very important that the love we have for talking should switch when someone else is talking so that you give the love to listening.
Okay.
That's very important. So when you talk, someone listens. When someone else talks, you listen. And I just want to give a little tip out on that. It's that how we speak is just as important as what we actually say. I hope I'm coming across well because I kind of get a little shortness here of breath, so forgive me there.
Yeah, I know. That's okay. We understand that you're not 100%, so that's all right. So you've given us a great point so far.
Yeah. And what we choose not to say, what we choose not to say may be just as powerful as what we do. People who converse well, they think clearly before they share their ideas. That is very, very powerful. And are able to respectfully listen when it is not their turn to talk.
Okay.
Whether you are speaking for pleasure, out of sympathy, or in business, remember that it takes more than one person to have a conversation.
All right.
And that's what it boils down to. When people are communicating, there's always two ways. You listen, you speak. And that's what I want to share today with the viewers and the listeners.
Yep.
That it's always a good thing before you speak to think of what you have to say.
Wow.
Okay? And respectfully listen when it is not your turn to talk. Whether it is pleasure, sympathy, doesn't matter. You know, it's always a good thing to listen as you speak. So that's my tip for today. And for my small business owners out there, just a reminder that we provide services for you. We will answer answer your telephone for you if you need it to be answered. We do administrative work for you too. So call us. We can assist you in that area. And as it relates to etiquette, anything in protocol, customer service, we do training in those areas too.
Well, it seems to me that you should be getting a lot of calls for that customer service thing, because a lot of these places, business places that you go to, these people act as if they're doing you a favor to serve you, you know. And
you're right, Diana. You're absolutely right. And let me just elaborate on that just a little bit, if you would allow me.
Please.
I have to give you a story. While I was sick last week, of course, I was really, really feeling awful. And close to the end of the week, I wanted something to eat, but there was nothing in the house that I could settle my mind on.
Right.
And of course, there's no delivery apart from Chinese and what do you call it? The other one there, pizza.
Pizza man.
Yeah. So I called up a Caribbean restaurant owner, and I explained. I said, I have the flu. I really can just barely make it out, but I would like to order something and pick it up. But I know you don't have a drive-through, and I don't want to come into the store because of how I'm feeling, and I don't want to spread my germs. So could you please serve and then take it out to my car? When I come out, I'll call you and you just... She said, absolutely. I was pleasantly surprised.
Wow.
Why I was so pleasantly surprised is that I had gone to another store prior to that, and the rice was not cooked. And I asked the lady just to step aside to share. I wasn't telling her in front of the crowd of people that was there, just to share that information with her, and that ask her to change it for me, because it was, and she got off. Everybody in the store knew what it was all about. No, I called her to the side just to share the information with her. Nobody else heard. And I was doing a good thing for her, and she behaved so badly. So there's a big difference in how we communicate to our customer, how we treat our customers. Because the one that I went last week, you bet I'm going to go back there.
Absolutely. And as a matter of fact, I'm not cutting you off, Judith, but I think we should celebrate that company, give them all the thumbs up, and have people go there just for that one gesture. That lady has gotten a star for business customer service, if you ask me. I am so proud. I am so proud to hear you say that, because when you started the story, I was getting anxious. I'm like, oh my God, don't tell me the person said, no, I can't do that. Yes. So for you to say that, I would like for you to call the name of the company and just big them up, as they would say, because that is what we need for people to understand and have empathy.
Yes.
Empathy.
And it is the Jerk Machine in Lauderhill.
Wow. Jerk Machine in Lauderhill, kudos to you for that answer. Absolutely. My God, I am so proud to hear that.
I am, because the fact of the matter is that she didn't have to, and it was just her in the store, and I even said to her, I will wait, and so I got there, called her, and I said, I'm outside. She said, where's your car? I said, I'm in the screen.
Wow.
And she came over. And hold on, please.
That is absolutely awesome.
And I was so pleasantly surprised, because it's not the norm. It is not the norm for most of our small businesses to treat their customers the way a customer, because it's not the first time I'm purchasing stuff there.
Yeah, and they're always busy too, that store. They're always very busy. I remember it being a busy place.
And I just felt so, considering that I'm in customer service, you know how I felt that day.
Of course.
I was almost well,
Kudos to you.
Yes. So I'm saying, when you have your customers You need to go 110% for your customer, even when you know that they're wrong. For example, if you gave them the right change and they turn around and say, but this is not right, that's not what the item was all about. I say, yes, ma'am, I did give you the right change. Don't argue. Do not argue, just listen. Listen, and if your life depends on it, listen. And once you listen, and once the customer vents and everything, then you say, okay, to the customer, what can I do
to make it better? Yes. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad we're having this conversation. And it's so interesting that you brought that up, because again, I refer to Orange County housewives last night. They went to a winery to do some wine tasting, and the gentleman who owns the winery introduced his daughter to all of the housewives and their husbands. And do you know that Vicky, who is the one that's been on the show forever since it started, her question to the man was, "Oh, I thought you were what did she call him? I guess he's much older and the girl is young. I thought you were rocking the cradle," she said. And she didn't stop there, because you could see the man was so embarrassed when she said that, and everyone else was looking around as if to say, "Don't say anything else. Please don't speak." Then she continues. She goes, "Oh, how old are you?" This is she asking the daughter now. And the young girl said 27. And she goes, "Oh, you look much older than that. Oh my God." And everybody wants to just go over. Yes. So the fact that you brought that up this morning it's so incredible, because I intended to speak about it on the show today. That people just, sometimes the unspoken word is better than talking. And here you are, you didn't talk to me, I didn't know that you were going to talk about this, and that's what it is. I mean, it's incredible, totally incredible. So thank you, thank you for bringing that up.
Yes, so I just want people to know, and when we offer our seminars and customer service, you might think you don't need it, but there's always something new and something. We don't always know everything.
Exactly.
So come on out and join our seminar. It's not expensive. It's not, because let me share this too, Diana. There are some persons, some of my colleagues, who are offering the same program. And right now, one is coming up next week, and they asked me to speak at that one for them. And they are offering the course for $650.
Wow.
Okay? And it's 3 hours. I am giving 4 hours for $300.
Wow.
And I didn't base my price based on that. I'm just sharing the difference. They're giving 3 hours for $650. I'm giving 4 hours for $300.
Yeah. And people,
and I'm not shortchanging myself. I'm doing it because there are people who want it but cannot afford it. So I'm making it, possible for them to attend.
Right. And when are you having your next seminar?
My date is coming up. I will share that with you.
Okay.
Because I have to make some changes because I was sick and all of that.
All right. Okay.
So I have to kind of get some things straightened out now. But it's coming up shortly.
No problem. Because a customer service seminar for every business, I don't care what business you're in, you need to go. Because a lot of these people, when you go to spend your money, they act as if they're doing you a favor and they don't want to be at that job. If you don't want to be at that job, don't go to the job. Don't take it out on me.
And think about it too. One of the things that I want to talk about also is when you have employees in your company, and especially when you're not there to represent your company.
Absolutely.
Those employees can kick out customers,
and
they can bring in customer, and I leave it right there.
Amen to that.
Come to seminar to get the rest of it.
So please, employers, you need to go. No, don't tell me about you have a small business and you only have 2 employees. Those 2 employees can make or break your business. I promise you that.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
And you know me, I'm passionate about this. And now that you've talked about the the lady saying absolutely, and we now know it's a jerk machine in Lauderhill. I would invite people, if any business out there, especially small business, are being good and courteous to you and serving you properly, please use the show to tell them how much you appreciate it. And I'm serious. That is I'm just so impressed about that.
Yes, and see how funny it is, because I could have come on and say negative, and she don't know that I'm on your show,
right?
And that they're getting and the owner's employees there. She said she was the only one. Nonetheless, she was courteous enough.
Amen.
And kind, and she came. And you know that I will go there, and I will not only go there if I need something. Because most of my meal I prepare myself, but still there are times I will send others there.
Yes,
because
absolutely.
That's how you're supposed to do it. So if they're getting that big up, I hope whomever is listening can share with them that Judith from People 490 on the Diana Wright show, and Diana made sure that it was said the name of the company so that they get the big up.
Absolutely. People 490. Judith just bigged you up. Jerk machine in Lauderhill. That one employee that said, absolutely, I will bring it to your car. My God, you have made Jerk Machine a worldwide name right about now.
Yes.
Seriously. And I so feel good about that, because, you know, I'm just tired of people. You go to Burger King and the girls in the window, they act like, oh, I didn't want to be here this morning. What do you want? You know, it's like, give me a break. And, you know, I'm not a fast food person, but once in a while, my daughter wants to get something fast food. I don't want to deprive her of that particular, young people thing. And you go and you're like, what's their problem? Did I tell you to work at Burger King? No, I didn't. You know, one of the places I can tell you, when I lived in Georgia, I can tell you honestly, that's the only place in the U.S. that I've lived between New York and California. Georgia, people are so pleasant. And I mean, it reminds you of the olden days when you were growing up, when people were saying please and thank you and good morning and how are you today? And good afternoon. How are you doing today? I mean, you know, people, oh my God, it's just hate, jealousy, woo, woo, woo. I can't take it.
Yes.
Yeah, give me back those pleasantries of the past. I will take it right now.
I'm telling you, you know, the next thing is that, you know, we might be stretching it here a little, but I feel it's necessary because it comes to my thought. There are those out there who they do have good products and service to offer, but because of their attitude, their behavior, the employees' attitude, and they lose out on what they think people have. They lose out because, you know what happened? You treat me badly, and guess what? I am going to tell someone else, and the word goes round and round and round. So customer service in any business is of paramount importance.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I tell you what, word of mouth, no matter how much money you spend to advertise, word of mouth is the biggest and cheapest way to advertise.
There you go. It's just like when you told me you were going to do your show. I mean, you didn't know. Oh Lord, I put my foot in my mouth now. I blasted an email, and you know, everybody who was on my list get an email.
Yes.
That a show is coming on, and this is the time, and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
So, and it coming from me, everybody knows that. Hey, you gotta listen to Diana because it comes from Judith. That means that I try to live right, so people will believe what I say.
And that's exactly how we should live. We should look out for each other. We should take care of our friends, make time for them, and stop making excuses of not being nice today. Because I was just in a nasty mood. No, I don't want to know.
And you know, you can be in such a nasty mood and nobody knows.
Yes, absolutely. I am good for that.
Nobody has to know. Nobody has to know. If you have a friend and you want to share with your friend, then that's fine. You know what?
Yep, I can be ticked off.
You know, share it with people. take it out on them, and they have nothing to do with your problem.
Exactly. I can be on this show and I'm so ticked off with my husband or my daughter or my mother or somebody or whatever, and no one would ever know.
It's not their problem, it's yours.
Exactly. It's my problem, not your problem. I'm here to inspire.
There you go, girl. Because we're human, things happen.
Yes.
And not everything's going to go smoothly all the time.
Oh, definitely
not.
not.
To take it out on others.
Exactly, yeah.
So people need to come to People 490. Remember, I forgive you 490 times. So come on out.
Yes.
And let People 490 help you on your journey in whatever, whether it's protocol, business etiquette, business development, customer service training, employment. Please come. We do have good services. So give us a call or go to people490.com and we will do the best that we can on your behalf.
Amen to that. All righty.
Thank you, Diana.
And thank you so much. And please feel better so that next week we won't hear you sounding like you have a cold. Next week.
Okay, thanks again.
And go and get some more soup from Jerk Machine.
Okay, alrighty, bye-bye.
All right,
and you know what she did say to me as I ordered your chicken? She said you should get some chicken soup.
Exactly. She
even gave me good words of
yeah, she even gave you good advice, right? All right, take care. And you have a good day. All righty, that was Judith from People 490, and the number to call Judith is 754-223-2410 if you're looking for employment. Or if you have a job that you need staff for, Judith is the person to call. You hear her. She is very diligent and will take care of your needs. And of course, customer service. She has seminars on about customer service all the time. She will let us know when she has the next one. But please, ladies and gentlemen, whether your business is big or small, focus like a laser on customer service. It's so important. If someone comes to your business and their people in your staff is nasty, they're not coming back and they're going to tell 10 people. So please, be nice, be kind, be courteous. And remember what Judith says, communication. It's a time for you to speak. There's a time for you to listen. It doesn't matter what the situation is. Even if it's at home when you're listening to your children or your husband or your wife or whatever. Learn to listen and speak when you must. And I'm just adding to that. Please continue to ask questions because my special guest on Thursday morning is Dorothy Leeds, and she will tell you that asking questions is indeed a good thing. So, here we go. We're almost out of time. I'm going to leave these for you because I have the things that men. I touched on the most important one. Careless driving. Men, you need to stop. And you need to, fathers, teach your young sons, don't do this. You know, they have this ad on TV where the woman is saying, oh, I got this money for safe driving. No, I thought you said I couldn't drive. Yeah. One of those commercials. Was it, some kind of insurance. I'm trying to think of it. I think it's Allstate that gives you money for driving good. What if, that's the question I want you to ask today. What if men just drive a little more carefully? Would there be less accidents on the road? I think so. And what if you get off the cell phone, especially if you don't have the Bluetooth in your car? You would be safer. And what if you let that text that you have to send wait until you get to your destination, you send it? You could save a life. And what if you don't drink that liquor and get behind the steering wheel? You'll save a life. And what if you simply say 3 little words, I love me. the power you feel and have? And what if you choose to live in the supernatural every single day? I promise you, you'll get a good answer to your what ifs. And what if you write down right now, April 30th, 2014 is I Love Me Day, International I Love Me Day, courtesy of the Diana Wright Show Live, as we welcome you to the show and thank you so much for joining us. And what if I ask you again to circle October 5, the day that you will be given the opportunity to save a life through Save a Life Jamaica Foundation, only $30. And you can go to the website and make your contribution to save a life. Whether you're coming to the blank party fundraiser or not. It's an outfit. What outfit would you want to wear to save a life? Come on now, keep on up with me. October 5 is the next big day that we are going to push here. And if you're a Republican, if you're a Tea Partier, we love you anyway. But we would just like you to erase some of the hate for the president that you have. Help him to help the American people. Because Obama is set, you see. When he leaves office, he will have his library and he can garner how much money for speaking. His daughters are taken care of. They can do anything they want to do. Michelle Obama can go write her book and sell millions and do great things. And people will be offering her things all over the place. His children are set for life. They can do anything they want to do. So why are we trying to hurt him when we're simply hurting the American people? It's the American people, stupid. Thank you for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you this evening at 8 when we have Dr. Melanie Simpson, our special guest, a general practitioner, and we will talk about that cancer, that mastectomy. We will go through that and we will get back to the men, of course, and to the women who are desperate. Don't be desperate. You'll find the wrong guy when you're desperate. And on Thursday evening at 8, we'll have Dax done, and it's called Independence for men only. But we'll allow the women to join in, but we want men to call in and air their linen about how they feel about women, because they can do it over the phone and be not seen. Yes. And tomorrow, at this time, Wellness Wednesday with Dax Dunn, when we try to guide you to the place that you need to be well, to get rid of the diseases that plague us, and rebuke them by feeding them the right foods and the right things, and doing the right things for yourself. So if you love something, set it free. If it comes back, it's yours. If it doesn't, it was never yours. I invite you to stay prayed up and be blessed. Never give up. Keep having faith and believe. And the audacity of hope. As I say au revoir, adios, and ciao. And remember, it's a big word. Put it between the I and the me, and it simply says, I love me.